Hello and welcome back to another video. Today going to be talking about the Crew 3 and telling you everything you need to know from the first announcement trailer which just dropped. The reveal was confirmed by tweet yesterday, and sure enough today we got a first announcement trailer. The first thing to note, which was sort of already rumoured, is that the game won't actually be called the Crew 3 at all, but instead is going to be called the Crew Motorfest. So there's quite a trend of games not following the number systems anymore, like Test Drive with Solar Crown, and Forza Motorsport with ditching the numbers and just calling it Motorsport. Again, as previously rumoured, it will be set on the Hawaiian island of Oahu, which I'm not sure how I feel about, to be honest. In one mind, I'm super excited to have another game set there, as if you don't know, the first two Test Drive Unlimited games, which I absolutely loved, were of course set on that island, in quite an accurate 1-to-1 scale replica. So this won't be done like that, so I don't know if this island is the whole map or not, because it's going to be quite small if it's a shrunk version of that, because it's already not very big. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel, because I am kind of excited to see that location return, but in another mind I think it's a shame to lose the US location that we had before for, like I say, a probably smaller map, and it feels a little bit like copying that classic, although, like I say, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it would be nice to return there, with all the memories from those previous games. Quite a few devs at Ivory Tower did actually work on the old Test Drive games, I believe, though, so yeah, it would be pretty incredible, and I can kind of see why they feel like they might like to have another go at such a great location. So, another rumour that was going around is that apparently this originally started as them building an expansion for the Crew 2, which would make sense, Hawaiian Island, somewhere off America, and then became too big a project, and therefore they decided it should become a standalone game, which I think is kind of cool. I just hope it is, like I said with the map, large enough overall, as a game and just the map, to warrant being another game. Anyway, as it's a racing game, we of course need to talk about new cars spotted. As far as I can tell, there were only 4 vehicles shown. There might be more hidden away, but I tried to look, I couldn't really see anything anywhere, so I don't think they've kind of hidden anything away like a lot of games do for you to try and find. So I think there are just the 4 vehicles that were quite prominent in the trailer you're seeing here, but I think I'm like 99% sure they're all brand new and weren't in the Crew 2. I did do a quick check, and I don't think any of them are in the Crew 2. So they're new to the series. They are, of course, the Lamborghini Sian, the AC Cobra, the Ford Bronco, and the Lamborghini Urus. They are all in other games, such as Forza, which takes a while to add new cars, so if they've got them first, that's not exactly great. But it is good to see that all the cars shown off in the trailer are actually new to the game, because so many game companies nowadays are showing cars in trailers as if they're new when they're not. So it's good to see that all things shown in the trailer are brand new. The way the trailer starts with the camera panning across the ocean is very reminiscent of Test Drive Unlimited 2's opening sequence, except you don't go to a house with a big party at the end. I think the trailer was actually aimed pretty squarely at Forza, if I'm being honest. To show how directly they want to compete with them, it did feel very Forza-esque in the way it was shot and the cars used, and especially with the way they showed off the diverse map, which is a word Forza love, with the big cities, beaches and jungles, and the different cars in the different environments, to show that they've got various cars and that you can drive in various environments, so that despite us not having the whole USA to play with this time, there will be a lot of variety in where we drive, and hopefully it will be just as interesting to explore as that game was, and also be great for road trips. It is great though to see that somebody is finally stepping up and competing with Forza again, because nothing else is really released that's similar enough. So Forza have kind of had a monopoly over the open world racing game lately, and therefore have had no incentive to try and add anything new or interesting. So hopefully this, along with the test drive game we're expecting soon, will add some new competition. As for how it will play, or what the campaign, handling and all of that will be like, there's no sign really so far, and it's very hard to tell from the trailer. I mean, obviously it's an open world arcade racing game. I don't think they're going to have changed that much from the previous game, but hopefully it's just tightened up and sharpened up a little bit. I know they have changed the handling model a few times on the Crew 2, and I haven't played it lately, so that game might already be going in the right direction, so let's hope they continue to move that way. One thing I did notice though was the absence of any bikes, boats, planes, or any vehicles that weren't these 4 cars basically. So I really just hope that doesn't mean that they've removed all the other vehicles, because that was one of the unique selling points of the Crew games to me. One slightly annoying thing is that it looks as if it's going to release for previous gen, so for PS4s and Xbox Ones, which I'm just hoping doesn't hold it back too much for being optimized on PCs and current gen consoles. So as well as all the information and obviously the trailer about the game, they do also talk a bit about the Insider program, so that you're able to play the game early, just like we could way back before the Crew 2 launched. Firstly, obviously they're going to roll it out on PC for people to try, but also on console at a later date, which is what I took part in back before the Crew 2 came out. I took part in, I think it was the open beta testing for the Crew 2 on Xbox way back before that launched, and I kind of hope to get some kind of early access again this time. So if you don't know how it works, basically anyone can apply, and then they give you a code. So loads and loads of people played that early, and if you want to take part potentially in the early access of this upcoming game, you just have to register your interest via the URL shown here, which I will be doing straight away after I've shot this video, and they'll let you know if they're going to let you play it early, basically. So if you want a chance to play it before it comes out, that's all you have to do, is go on that link and follow the instructions they give. As for the release itself, the date of it, at the moment they just say it's 2023, just like they did with the Forza Motorsport game when that was announced by Turn 10 a few days ago. But given this is the first proper reveal of this game, that does seem incredibly soon. So yeah, from reveal to... that's kind of what I want, a game to be revealed and then come out soon, rather than things like Test Drive that revealed 5 years before they come out. Anyway, that did get us hyped for that, so I'm kind of glad they did. But yeah, it's so exciting to have a game announced and to know it's coming pretty soon after that. And with the early access, we could see some gameplay, or even hopefully get to play some version of the game quite soon. So yeah, this is pretty exciting. It does mean it's going to be an absolutely incredible year for racing games in general, with this obviously just announced, Forza Motorsport the other day, and hopefully still Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, as well as other games like the new Car X game, hopefully coming to PC, which I'm looking forward to play. So yeah, three big AAA titles, well, almost, the Crew, Test Drive, and Forza Motorsport, hopefully, as well as some other games that I'm very much looking forward to playing. And with this being set in Test Drive Unlimited's original location, it might almost be like having 2 TDU games in 1 year, which would be kind of incredible. I just kind of hope all of these things don't release too close to each other. I've got a feeling they'll all be towards the end of the year, so we might suddenly go from only having Horizon 5 to play to having millions of new things towards the end of the year, kind of October, November time maybe. So I hope there's at least a little bit of a gap between them so that we can play all of them properly when they do finally launch. For now though, that is going to do it for a very first look at the Crew Motorfest's first announcement trailer. I do, as ever, look forward to hearing more as and when they drop more trailers and information. But do let me know your thoughts on the trailer. Are you excited? Are you going to be pre-ordering this, trying to take part in the early access stuff? I certainly am. But yeah, for now that is going to be all. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.